ball.
Is actually the game.
I mean, we keeping a buck right now. We have
To win games, you have to win the game.
Finish the fucking game. Like, there's ending.
We're already well into November? Time stops for nothing. The football world doesn't either. I'd argue the grind's more relentless than time itself. Things just get more and more inane. And we need something reliable in this age. Fortunately for us, there's DraftKings Sportsbook, the sponsor of this video. There's no variability or insanity with their app. Only the constant of money lines, parlays, and special deals. All new customers can bet $5 and receive not only $200 in bonus bets if it wins, but 3 months of NBA League Pass on DraftKings instantly. I like putting down a bet or two when the mood strikes. Nothing too insane, but I have my crutches. Anything Pittsburgh-based? You know I'm gonna go for it. Hell, I'll make a few same-game parlays just to do them. It's not about winning them, it's simply about the game. But perhaps DraftKings Sportsbook isn't available in your state. The daily fantasy sports options are the way to go. Flex your might in the art of foresight and skill. And when you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use the promo code UTREE. With that, all new customers can bet $5 and not only receive $200 in bonus bets if it wins, but 3 months of NBA League Pass courtesy of DraftKings instantly. Sometimes you have to go with your guts, but for the rest, there's DraftKings. And always remember to play responsibly. Do it for me, please. Over 25 years ago, Bill Belichick fucked off from the Jets on a paper napkin to lord over them with Patriots. Today, New England honors this fine tradition by continuing the biannual teabagging that was enjoyed by many generations, including those outside of Pat's fandom. New York's a team with a coach known for dancing on the sidelines and a QB known for dancing around competency at the position. The Jets don't want to use Fields as a running back, but he sure as shit isn't throwing the ball well. Nor has receivers that can catch. There have been Patriots under center that have dominated with their wits and cunning, but one with raw arm talent like Mayday, especially when they finally come to their senses and start giving Travion Henderson the ball. He have 5 touchdowns in 5 days. From fucking up a tank bowl to fucking up the league with a 9-2 record. Damn Patriots suffered for only 3 years and suddenly they get back to elite form with a cupcake schedule. The real loser here's the Bills. Football gods really do have a cruel sense of humor. That and they love punishing Woody Johnson for his incompetence. But the NFLPA player surveys revealing a few uncomfortable truths. Those are just players whining into the wind. Let the product on the field do the talking. Away. El primer partido de la NFL en España. Prueba del enorme esfuerzo de la liga por crecer y convertirse en una potencia mundial de deporte. Dolphins y Commandos se enfrentan en un duelo que cuente con the finest American comedy on full display. Fuck it, no full Spanish for this crap, neither team deserves that honor. As I speak, the Inquisition's rising from the dead to try these franchises for heresy. There are low-scoring games that are simply great defense. This is not one of those affairs. All we see are two teams that treat short yardage situations like defusing a bomb. And they keep recklessly cutting all the wires. Kaboom! Once the fourth quarter hits, though, the Dolphins finally remember they have some semblance of an offense and tie the game at 13. Should be a game now, right? Well, if you assumed Washington would go down the field, you'd be correct. Yet it won't stop them from terrible execution. They went for it on 4th and 1 at the 1. Dude, you're tied. Just kick the fucking field goal, guys. You both suck. It's not hard. So the Dolphins get a chance, but do little with it. Oh, well, I'm overreacting. No harm, no foul.
Ball loose. Now the Dolphins say they have it.
Never mind. So Miami gets to go down the field with time winding down. 4th and goal at the 1. No timeouts for Washington, and their kicker can't hit anything past 50 yards. They're going for it?
4th and goal from the 1. There's Gordon. He's stopped.
For fuck's sake, you guys, it's not fucking hard. Just kick the fucking field goal! Washington uses one of their continues. And they'll go for the kill once again. You already know this is gonna go.
So here's Pat Gay from 56 yards out. It is no good.
Matt Gay can't kick straight past 50. Incredible revelation. Wait, wasn't Gay supposed to be a surefire kicker? Going to overtime in this shit pile? You truly can't spell Spain without pain. Especially for Washington.
Mariota pump fake, throws, and it's picked off.
What a fucking shit show. Just give them both losses, I don't care. Get the hell out of my sight, Dolphins. Just kick the damn field goal and end this dog shit once and for all.
straight through.
Miami's won 3 of 4. With this garbage? Guess it helps to face a commie squad that's fallen to the hand of Franco, apparently. I legitimately hope neither team comes back to America. Keep McDaniel in Europe, we don't want him. Send Tua to Jerusalem or some shit. Washington, they're already due. God, this is the crap we're sending to Europe? This is a goddamn war crime! I'm gonna stress this again. The sooner you realize that Duval's the epitome of chaos in football form, the less you'll be shocked by every performance they put on. The Chargers stuffed the shit out of Pittsburgh the previous week. Jacksonville is an epic collapse that may potentially derail their season. Well, the obvious answer for this scenario is for the Jaguars to bitch slap their adversary all game long. Like 1,000 angry former players joined together and formed a spirit warrior to guide Duval to a crushing victory. Or is it just the Bolts finally succumbing to the waves of injuries throughout the lineup? That patchwork O-line is once again patchwork. Justin Herbert's literally dying alive. I'd say one step away from being openly flayed on a football field. In the flames of fury, Bashal Tutin and Travis Etienne lead the charge and destroy anything resembling a defense in front of them. Liquid LA's offense literally could do nothing. Just over 100 yards until the final drive in garbage time. The Jags put them in a plastic bag, it was that suffocating. So what did we learn from this game? Not much. This is definitely peak Jacksonville, where they have an outstanding bounce back after that. This team's gonna fuck around and get the 7th seed, aren't they? I'll honestly allow it. Amazing. It's a game where the Titans aren't flexing their previous day in Houston by donning Oilers gear. Maybe it's because Tennessee's an affront to anything resembling football. Or it could be because they were visited by 3 spirits. The ghost of Christmas present showed them the Texans doing something here. Yeah, this game was fucking terrible. I get Houston's playing General Mills and a backup kicker, but once again, these are the goddamn Titans. They're a JV squad in disguise as an NFL team. They better be giving that Texans defense hazard pay today. That was a carry so legendary that you believed that they were lighting the Olympic torch. 2 offensively challenged teams. It's brutal to watch, and the poor souls that have to witness it are weeping at the horrible displays they're seeing. Yet at the last possible moment, the unthinkable happens. Cam Ward's finally able to flash his talent, and Tennessee's tied the game. Even as the Texans drive down the field, it's damning as hell. Houston is the kid that does the bare minimum. Everyone bitches at him to do something, then gets a C on their report card to secure the college credits. They've won 5 of 7, but it's still looking really, really suspect. And it's the usual suspects at play. Tennessee, congratulations on being one step closer to securing consecutive tank bowls. Your reward is a season-ending injury to Calvin Ridley. Is it really that much of a loss with its lack of hands? Yeah, it probably is. Steelers better win this one. Cincy's defense is legendarily bad and it's not a primetime game. No excuses here. Yet it never comes easy for either team. After 2 drives where both defenses inexplicably bend into a 360 loop, it becomes a defensive struggle. Pittsburgh's defense, I get. They've thrown a lot of resources into it, and the Bungles have been keeping things together on a shoestring of Joe Flacco. But the Bengals defense? They're holding their own? Without Trey Hendrickson or the invisible Shamar Stewart? Darnell Washington single-handedly sent 2 men to the spirit realm with a stiff arm of doom and a barrel roll, but they just can't shake the Bengals' menace headed into halftime. And then Aaron Rodgers got hurt. You kind of figured it would happen eventually. He is 41. But that means Mason Rudolph, the red zone reindeer, makes an appearance. I hate to say it, but Mason ran the offense significantly better than Aaron did today. He was simply taking what Cincy was giving him. He was able to move the ball with some consistency. The Bungles tried, I'll give them that. They were able to hold on for about 3 quarters, and then Joe Flacco threw a perfect pass to the hands of Kyle Duggar and the wheels fell off. The wagon completely immolated on the spot. The score's kind of deceiving, but Pittsburgh finally solved the elite Flacco. Thank fucking God. On behalf of the Steel City, I thank the Bungles for being themselves. The season completely spiraling by losing 7 of 8 with the sounds of terrible towels waving in the air. Honestly, just keep Burrow on the shelf. Unless he can magically play 5 positions on defense, this campaign's completely lost. The Steelers will take the bounce-back effort and then some. Even if Rodgers might be out for a little bit. There was also another chapter to add to the Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey feud. In the 4th quarter, Jalen would suddenly throw a punch at Jamar on a 4th and 1. This was after a few other altercations throughout the game. Ramsey losing his cool? Oh no. Apparently the ref since they ejected him from the game. It was a terrible look, but he claimed innocence. Jamar spit! He spit on me! You'd do the same if it happened to you! Well, Jalen, the film won't lie. Let's Zapruder this shit.
That's a nice head you have on your shoulders.
Some pretty thick loogie Chase hawked up there. God, Ramsey was right. Keep denying it, Jamar. The truth's out there. We've already spun the wheel of discipline for you due to your actions. The Jalen Carter principle's in effect. 1 game suspension. But wait a second, he shouldn't be suspended, Chase says. His defense is mimicking OJ. If he did do it, he would have spit in his face, not the jersey. There's no way Jamar would be that inaccurate. See, he's totally innocent in his own mind. And if I were to give you a little cow of the week, I wouldn't be so passive-aggressive about it. Wear it with pride, Mr. Chase. It's the only honor the Bengals will receive this season. Our prayers have been answered. Famous Jameis is getting the nod for the first time in this NFL season. Proof that the ultimate PR for sexual assault in a checkered past are wonderful memes. Green Bay's in for a world of hurt today. Giants aren't going to be late like Abdul Carter is to meetings. Take it to the Pack Arena and meet the challenge head on. In the swirling wind of MetLife, gusts of chaos encompass the field of play. Green Bay playing down, the Giants playing up, whatever you want to call it, this contest is uncomfortably close. It could also be because the substitute teacher and kicker can't make an extra point in these conditions. Neither can Young Wei Koo, to be fair. Endlessly dropped opportunities. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou hands, Romeo? Wherefore art thou offense, Packers? Jesus. The fight continues on in the second half with Green Bay keeping a tight lead but not looking anything close to good. As well as they've been playing, their defense can only hold on for so long before they break. Dread it, Wisconsin, but reality happens like a bunch of 4th down conversions. Giants touchdown. They have the lead in the 4th. Don't panic, though. You know what team's showing up here for the G-Man. The Shane Bowen defense blowing a 4th quarter lead. Oh my goodness, we could have never seen this coming. This time to Christian Watson's pretty impressive, though, not gonna lie. Jordan Love having to fight through whatever the fuck this execution is to save the day, but it's not over yet. Famous Jameis is still famous Jameising all over the field. Able to guide them in the red zone with less than a minute left. This calls for a special appearance from his famous alter ego.
Winston fires, and off target, picked off! It's Evan Williams with the interception!
Now this is the kind of Jameis Winston the meme world craves. The Costco quarterback is back! Although this one's more on Jalen Hyatt's controller disconnecting on the play. No wonder why Hyatt barely sees the field. Green Bay scrapes by yet another game where they look like a flawed team on offense and have even more questions to answer about their supposed all-in year. Matt LaFleur's got a giant crossbow pointed directly at his head. And it's gonna get even more perilous since Josh Jacobs is now hurt. Doesn't look like it'll be for long, fortunately. Find ways to win or else your job's going bye-bye, Matt. The heavyweight bout of the early window. Enough to cleanse the mess we saw in Madrid, that's for sure. For the captivated audience across the world, we got a shootout in New York. Both offenses picking apart hobbled and flawed defensive units at every turn. And this is with Josh Allen reverting to rookie form near his own end zone. And also overthrowing receivers left and right. Tampa Bay's gonna conjure power into the likes of Sean Tucker to push them to glory, but he and Baker can only do so much. A whopping 9 lead changes aside, this is simply a boat race they can't win. And it's for one reason alone. Buffalo's offense relies on Josh Allen bailing out this mess at every opportunity to have a chance at winning games. Good news for the jobs of Brady and McDermott. Josh Allen transformed into a fire god once again. A dual hat trick secured. 3 passing touchdowns, 3 running touchdowns. He also tied Cam Newton's all-time record for rushing touchdowns by a QB. High-end talent saves the day once again for Bills Mafia. He shook off the early rust and inaccuracy to have quite possibly the game of the season. And it's more than enough to lead Buffalo to victory in the end. Tampa Bay didn't bring enough bullets to keep up. They're just going to get shot by a Bills machine gun with Allen accessories, securing a crucial dub to keep their slim AFC East hopes alive. Tampa Bay, in the meanwhile, suffers a painful loss that puts them squarely in the second tier. But it's one that shouldn't really hurt them in the long term. Ideally shouldn't. You're not going to blow the NFC South to the fucking Panthers, are you? A crucial matchup for both franchises. One seeking vindication and one seeking to simply avoid the fires of hell. In the heart of Minnesota, there's only one surefire conclusion to make here. JJ McCarthy is fucking terrible. Wait, sorry, where are my manners? 9 is fucking terrible. I have to get that right. Maybe he'll be the QB formerly known as 9 in due time. You should have never mentioned he had an alter ego. It makes his terrible throws and decision-making easily lampoonable. Maybe 9 also means how pissed his receivers are on a 1 to 10 scale. If your prize QB keeps missing like this, I'd be pissed too. Now the Bears should be pulling away with these, but their offense is filled with the usual woes. Caleb Williams unable to will blood from a stone, and his receivers being unable to catch a damn thing. And way too many damn careless errors and penalties. Deliberately holding themselves back at every angle to give the Vikings the slightest taste of victory. While McCarthy might be terrible, we know how the season's gone. Anything's possible. It's as if a switch suddenly flips on games. I've seen this before with Kenny Pickett. Playing like complete shit for 55 plus minutes, then suddenly putting on a drive of ages with the clutch gene rivaling Elway. When he pulls you out, he reels you back in because you see the talents in front of you. And before you know it, the Bears have surrendered the lead late. They're controlling the entire game. Figures they blow it again here. Now the one thing Minnesota can't do is give up a big kick return to allow gave up a big kick return. Chicago's still bored with ripping defeat from the jaws of victory. That's knowing to lead while you had it, Vikings. Here comes the dagger.
Santos puts it up, and it is good!
How many times are you gonna do this, Chicago? I get you're simply happy you're not getting your hearts ripped out every week, but can you not be unnecessarily cardiac? Can your offense gain some consistency for once? I may sound like I'm angry, but it's just frustrating. This shit isn't sustainable long term. The Vikings are one thing, they're simply spiraling to hell and back again. Although it does lead to a rare sight. The Bears having sole possession of the NFC North. Who the hell saw this coming? Now you see why Chicago doesn't give a shit about the ways they're winning. It's just that they're finally fucking winning. Hey, I know cursed franchises from the Pirates. Enjoy it while it lasts, boys. The NFC South is a mosh pit. It's mostly a mosh pit of underperforming shit like the Falcons, but the likes of the Panthers are seeking a way out of the chaos. This game becomes the crabs in a bucket experiment. You will not escape, you'll be dragged down to hell with us. Except for one man. For whatever reason, when Bryce Young plays Atlanta, he transforms into a demigod. It's like he's back at Bama playing against Auburn at Tuscaloosa. In a year full of doubts and sputters, Bryce had the game of his life. Against a supposedly elite defense, he slung for almost 450 yards. When all seemed lost for Carolina with a 14-point deficit early, he helps to drag them out of the abyss. The Falcon offense is being controlled by an unsung Panther defense. And Carolina's turned this into a one-score game in rather predictable fashion. Atlanta looked like they had the edge, though. Yet you know the Falcons are good for a few twists. Literally with Michael Penix. He's out for the game. Did you miss him, Atlanta? He's back in the saddle again. You thought you killed your Freddy Krueger, but he's still haunting Falcon dreams. And you'll be getting next to no offense from this point forward. Mostly because Hack Robinson exists. Hey, you guys, Bijan Robinson's our best player on offense. Let's not fucking use him whatsoever. Keep trying to throw with the currently inbred Cousins. It's totally working out for you guys. Carolina's gonna get endless chances to win. Unless they trip over themselves like this 4th down conversion. Don't worry, Kirko will happen again and they only get a field goal out of it. Time for an injured Bryce to flex his might. Remember, lording over Atlanta is one of his X factors. So even in his limited state, it'll be a pretty easy touchdown drive. One throw to Teteroa McMillan late, and the Panthers have their first lead of the game. Atlanta, however, is fighting for their lives. There are jobs on the line, and they might be doomed if they lose here. They only have to go about 25 yards after the kickoff return. Even Cousins can manage that crap. Overtime reveals a lot about these teams, especially the Falcons. They suck. They can't offense with Kirko and suffer a 3 and out. And another injury to a key weapon in Drake London. Carolina, just put them out of their misery. Let the ATL tremble under the might of Bryce and Tommy and call it a day. You're in the red zone, finish them off and expose the fraud in real time.
From 28, and Carolina has won.
Still believed in the Falcons before this year, you're a damn fool. I had to stubbornly learn you do too. They're a comedy meant to be mocked and ridiculed. It's all they're good for. This was supposed to be the year. All it's offering is a 5-game losing streak and a season dead to rights. Raheem Morris, you've learned fucking nothing from your stint with the Bucs 15 years ago. Get the fuck out. And take Hack Robinson with you. And then trade Terry Fontenot for his hack job of a GM tenure. Wait a second. How the hell are the Panthers a half game back of the Bucs? Can they really do it with that schedule? What the hell are we even witnessing here? Chaos? Fate? Karma? All the above? You thought the Falcons season couldn't get worse than it has. You haven't been paying attention. It's As I've said before, Atlanta and failure have been joined at the hip since their conception. It continues with Michael Penix. He showcased his talent, but had been hot and cold throughout the year, and his health was the major concern, especially with his ailments in college. Worst case scenario may have happened. He not only re-aggravated his knee injury from a few weeks ago, there's also a partial ACL tear in the knee that didn't have multiple ACL tears. Translation, Michael needs surgery and is out for the year. The season's not only lost, but that pick to the Rams looms large. He's not only top 10 now, but could be top 5 with Kirko under center. Falcons fans are coping about James Pierce Jr., and he is a good player, but is he really worth that? But seriously, why the fuck is Raheem Morris still here? So it turns out the fears of a soft benching were overblown. Brock Purdy's back from his nagging injury. Not that the Niners really needed him, per se. This game was all of a contest for about the opening kickoff. And that was that. The Cardinals existed, jobbed to the rest of their division, and enhanced their opponents' efforts to push for a playoff spot. Coming off a struggle game, San Francisco? Just play Arizona! They'll get you on the right track again, even with the endless injuries. This includes the price of Eddie Pinheiro for the win. Gannon and his minions have seized the island of failure. They will be sentenced into the pit to burn. Am I seriously reading the stat line correctly? 17 penalties for 130 yards for Arizona? 7 fucking T! Thought they'd put a cap on that shit after a while. And I know there was an iffy holding call or two in there, but dear God, what a horribly coached team. The Niners simply took this trash down to the harbor and dumped it to let the ocean do its thing. Except for Jacoby Brissett. He can stat pad in garbage time to his heart's content. 47 completions in 57 pass attempts. This is the most famous Jameis stat line I've ever seen. And now he holds the record for most completions in a game. Hang a banner for it. It's the biggest accomplishment the Cardinals have had in years. This isn't gonna be as easy as it looks, Baltimore. On the road against the city you ripped a franchise from with winds ripping through the field of play. Smells like a recipe for the trap game of trap games. Brutalist grind where the only color you see is brown. Relentless Cleveland defense destroying worlds. Lamar getting quashed at every turn, unable to find receivers or generate any sort of momentum with the like. It smells foul. Very foul indeed. Ravens being crushed on offense as Myles Garrett eats them alive for 4 sacks on the day. It's looking more and more like a terrible loss for Baltimore as Pittsburgh celebrates into the night. But then, the ultimate twist. Dylan Gabriel suffered a concussion. There have been many fanboys waiting for this moment. Shedeur Sanders will finally be making his debut. Black Twitter rejoice! Your champion will prove us haters wrong at every turn, even though numerous QBs starting today are black. And they can proudly say he's terrible. It's fucking terrible! Oh my God! No wonder why Stefanski wanted nothing to do with him on the field. The guy's goddamn atrocious! He's legitimately doing the same shit he did in Colorado, and it's a disaster. His fanboys are defending this shit so hard on Twitter, they're giving Johnny Cochran a run for his money. It also signifies that the Ravens can officially come back into this game. It's ugly as sin, and they're dancing through about a zillion raindrops of fire to get here, but Baltimore can finally break through with one-trick play.
That is Andrews under center on 4th and 1. Andrews spinning away, and there he goes! Andrews all the way! Touchdown!
How the hell didn't the Eagles or Ben Johnson do this earlier? This is the play that steals a game, and the Ravens more than did so to win their 4th in a row. Don't worry about Shedeur on the final drive. He's so potent under center that he had a lower quarterback rating today than the legendary Kim McQuilkin. He one-upped the GOAT of terrible. Retire the number now, Browns. You aren't getting any better than this. And they lose too, so even better. And to make things worse for Shedeur, he got robbed during the game. Jesus Lord, what a shitty day. It felt like there were at least 5 do-or-die matchups this week, and this NFC West clash was no different. This could very well be for the division when all's said and done. Seahawk Blue against Midnight in LA. Honestly, kinda dig it. The Rams in this game, to be determined. Yet the stakes were much higher for Seattle. This was Sam Darnold's biggest test in his new days. And he relapsed. Really, Sam? You had to reopen McDonald's now of all the times? I thought you were clean! 4 picks in a disaster game? Man, we were finally coming around on you! Seattle, now you see why Minnesota let him walk after last year for nothing. It's also why his contract's a glorified one-year deal, because he somehow melts down when the lights shine brightest. Or the Rams simply own him, I don't know. Once again, this should be a complete blowout. But in compensation for Sam's follies, the Seahawks defense is doing yeoman's work. Matthew Stafford's big days are muffled under the right of imposing their will on drives. The murderer's row of McDonald's forcefully quick, especially in the second half. In spite of Darnold, of course. Seattle is sneaking back into it, though. Sam seemingly shook off the memes and stopped making terrible mistakes. He'll help them drive down the field with a finish by K9 to make it a 2-point game. The Rams respond by doing nothing with the football. The Seahawks will get one more chance. It would be a lot easier, but Ethan Evans kicked the greatest punt I've ever seen. Coffin cornered at the half-inch line. Don't tell me the punt zone shouldn't be a thing. Now McDonald's has to try and overcome the terror of his own play on the final drive. It's kind of working? I guess? He's gotten them to the fringes of field goal range, but it's a 61-yarder for Myers. And it's nowhere close to him. Rams escape and finally get their statement win. I don't know what kind of statement it was, but it's definitely one of the wins of their season. I keep thinking the Rams are this close to taking that next step, yet something keeps stalling out for them. Yes, I am nitpicking, but they could be more if they wanted to. Same to Seattle. The doubters of Darnold are back, regardless of what Ernest Jones says publicly. You won't get a true chance to overcome the narratives for a few weeks, I fear. December 18th. Circle the date. This is it, folks. The game that Denver's executive branch has been treating as their Super Bowl. A chance to prove that their team isn't a fluke, but one to be feared. It could be just that Kansas City's finally run out of gas. Probably both, if we're being honest. It's going to result in a grind that tests the will of everyone in their fandoms. Neither team able to find pay dirt early, and field goals are the only reward. Honestly, it shows us the alarming reality of the Chiefs. They have some pieces, but nowhere near enough this season. They're unable to overcome the vices of themselves and their adversaries at every turn. Mahomes tried to pull rabbits out of his ass once again, and the only thing he found was bloody stool. The Broncos' defense was once again relentless, particularly in the red zone. And it's the pulse of a team that's pulling wins out of their own ass. All they have to do is give Bo Nix as many chances as possible to win. You can see it's kind of working, I guess. Honestly, the only way the Chiefs are able to move the ball most times are on penalties and splash plays. Finally have to admit it. Andy Reid's getting stale here, isn't he? It happened to him in Philly, too, but that magic he had for years might be fading, especially against these upstarts. The Chiefs may have a 3-point lead off the back of Kelsey, but this extra point block is a sign of things to come. Oh no, Chiefs, you existed in the fourth quarter of a close game. You just activated Denver's trap card. Their offense just goes flat. They can do nothing from here on out. And it's Denver's defense doing the talking. A slow death by means of field goals and the relentless 20-25 stereotypes. It's Bo Nix on the final drive. Did you expect anything less? He's got that Tebow in him, and like Tim, he'll guide them to field goal range with clutch play. The football world's been waiting for this moment. Let the celebrations commence.
He's already made 4 today. Lutz in the clutch, and the Broncos have won it.
Denver's now 9-2 with a clear path to the AFC West by means of yet another walk-off field goal, despite the Peyton anchor they have to carry. They'll kick the field goals while the rest of us join them in kicking the Chiefs while they're down. No Deus Ex Machina and endless bullshit to save you this time, Kansas City. From undefeated in one-score games to winless in them. Oh no, what a terrible thing to happen. We live in a world where the Carolina Panthers have a better record than the Chiefs. KC may not even make the playoffs. They probably still will, but imagine what would happen if they didn't. The smugness and hopium coming out of Denver may encompass the world as a result. Brace yourselves. This was some Thursday night football shit we saw in Philly. A game that was both incredibly dominant and incredibly sloppy and unwatchable at the same time. Detroit, welcome to your hell. Where nothing works and you can only watch in horror at the results. Dan Campbell and the Lions get to experience gambler's fallacy tonight. Dan keeps going to the craps table and puts everything on the line. His bank accounts, the car, the title to his house, his future inheritance, even his wife and kids. He just needs to hit once and the money will come flowing again. He didn't. 0 for 5 on 4th down. 3 for 18 if you count third downs alongside. He should know the house always wins. The house is Vic Fangio and his defense. Detroit's rushing attack is nullified and Jared Goff has to beat him with his arm. He can't. Not with this defense deflecting everything at the line like they were. The Eagles should be winning this by 30, yet Kevin Patullo's hackery takes center stage again. In a repeat of past performances, the offense is impotent for long stretches. Honestly, it's not just Philly fans. We're all turning into A.J. Brown watching this waste. Actively complaining on social media and having to meet with ownership to try and cool things down. It's not working. This offense is being mangled in real time. But as long as Fangio's D keeps dominating, they should be fine. At least until Patullo's offense gives them a chance late. 4th and short at your 30 and you push. Give them the ball there. Or even offer a morsel of a chance when the defense is dominating like they have. How the hell is this even a game? It's 1 score and now it's a 3 and out. Well, fucking never mind. The refs bail out Kevin Patullo's idiocy just like Fangio had all damn game. Seriously, you're gonna end the contest on that ref ball? Fucking Christ. The Eagles win in both very impressive and very damning style. I don't know how you can do them both at the same time, but they did. God, that defense is good. And God, Patullo's fucking ass. Good news, folks. YouTube TV and ESPN have finally come to an agreement on carriage fees. The entire world can finally witness the glories of Cowboys versus Raiders. They should have kept it off the air. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is going out of their way to see the shitty Raiders attempt to flail around and do things related to the sport. And you're allowing Chip Kelly, the highest paid offensive coordinator in football, to draw and quarter Ashton Ginty on national television? Dallas isn't just delusional about their ambitions, they're crushing their foe in honor of a fallen comrade. Marshawn Nealon. His name will live on forevermore with this win. They did it for him. And with a 4-touchdown day for Dak alongside easily the best defensive performance under the Flus-Goose, it's bittersweet destruction in front of a bunch of Cowboys fans. The Raiders lost their identity with the move to Las Vegas. Geno Smith apparently lost his ability when moving here too. No, we're not blaming you for everything, Geno. A good chunk of it is Pete Carroll being well past his time too. Onside punts. You can do that in the NFL. That's both hilarious and informative.
Bring out Jaden! Bring out Jaden!
Unit lost.
Bring out Jaden!
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit lost.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Thanks very much. See you on Thursday. Right.
We got a mascot tush-push in Minneapolis. I think Grimace might have been false start action on the right tackle. This is unbelievable. What a halftime show. By the way, it's 10-3 Bears.